Don't even know if my battery's going to last to be able to do the rest of this video, but never mind. Having a quick look at the Night Sun Tarot. My name is, of course, the great and glorious, amazing Nick Dutch, professional tarot reader extraordinaire, and generally eccentric, weird person that some people like look at in the street and go, "Oh my God, he's got strange ideas. I don't want to have anything to do with him." And other people come up to me and say, "Oh my God, you're so amazing." So take it or leave it. I am what I am. I read tarot for a living. I'm involved in like weird, strange, occultic type stuff periodically, and like I'm interested in how the world is put together. Okay, tarot is my job. I therefore have an interest in it. I'm revisiting the wonderful and amazing Night Sun Tarot. Why? Because it is curious. I don't know whether you remember like the first video I did when I talked about this thing, and I just quickly showed you. It was like my first impressions video, and I was like really disgusted because we got like this card here, the Moon. It's got essentially very peculiar figures there, and I think that that's interesting. The Moon is like a changing, developing thing, and that's what's so amazing about it. It's always changing 13 times a year. And I think that what they've done here is they've connected the idea of the death card with the moon using these symbols. That's why you got these skeletal, weird female beings who are pregnant. Okay? And that's what's the message of both the death card and, of course, in this particular case, the moon. It's also talking about what's hidden under the skin, because, the skeleton is under the skin, so there's hidden things there. The moon deals with hidden as well. One interesting thing about the pregnancy symbol is that it's talking about, death in a mystical sense means a transformation within your life. Okay, it's about life. Okay, and change of a dramatic nature, which is symbolized by death type symbolism, brings forth a new life within your life path. Okay, so the whole thing about expectancy that you get with pregnancy is all about change within your life. Okay, maybe connected to the phases of the moon, maybe connected to different forms of revelation. It's a curious, mystical expression. So that's why I thought I would just like show you that. I mean, this whole deck is full of like high magic, Western esotericism, which is of course based upon Judeo-Christian principles. Now I'm showing you this for an interesting reason. I don't think I've gone into this before. We got the Emperor and the Empress card traditionally in like the Tarot of Marseilles and the Oswald Worth. The Emperor would be, a powerful, wise ruler, which of course we got there, But the Empress would be different. Would see a circle of 12 stars around her head, and there'll be a crescent moon under her foot. Okay, but within this one, I think what we can see here is a possible connection with Christo-paganism and how that's developed. Because, think about it, where did the imagery of the Emperor and the Empress come from? They came from Jesus and Mary. Alright, tarot in its only recognizable form was not pagan. In its recognizable form it was Christian, it was Catholic Christian imagery, which is of course present here. Don't know whether you can see that. The focusing on my camera is crap, but he's got a crown of thorns on his head. The ram symbol then makes a different meaning, a different message. Some people just see the ram as being a powerful animal of power and more power and wildness and that sort of thing. No, it's the ram, isn't it? It's the lamb. Alright? It's a Christian symbol. You got the Emperor being portrayed directly as Jesus rather than being mystically symbolic of like a God the Father type figure. Okay? Because remember, the Major Arcana deals with religious themes. The Minor Arcana deals with normal secular life things. Okay, so this is religious, pointing to Jesus being essentially, the king, or, a dominant male figure being running the world, and Jesus being expressed as that kind of, thing, okay? And instead of there being like a Mary symbol, what we got here is Jesus the chick, okay? Beautiful female figure, roughly the same age as Jesus the man, still with crown of thorns, still with the same scepter. So what we got there is an expression of the god and the goddess type cult within Christian imagery, which I thought was really rather weird. And of course connecting to high magic by all the various different magical words there and Catholic words there, which brings it all together. And of course you got your astrology, you've got your Hebrew signs there. It brings magic and Christianity and a male and female deity concept together in this weird, wonderful theology. I mean, some of the other cards, we could see if we can pick another one out at random, see if we can find one of the more macabre ones. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty macabre. But it's also, that looks more shamanic, more pagan by its nature. And, you know, this whole deck is kind of like bringing everything together, and it's very weird, kind of like a vellum quality tonal imagery. When we're looking at the minors in general, I mean, all the things are broken up into the suits, and they start off with, oh, fuck it. Here's my cards going all over the damn place. With your straightforward high magic, Western magical elemental symbols. Okay, so it's connecting paganism plus high magic plus Christianity, and also using a rather deep and challenging imagery to help to inspire you, as well as going, you know, straight to that one there, which I love. You know, you got your Kabbalistic names of God around the outside of the body, written in Hebrew script. You got your 7 chakras, blending the East and blending the West, blending Judaism, Christianity, and Eastern philosophy. You know, if you come across the Night Sun Tarot, you may originally be repulsed by it. I mean, one thing which shows you what it's all about is the Alpha and the Omega on that. Okay, on the little tabby, flippy tabby thingies that go into the top of the box. And it's you know, it's basically telling you that, you know, Christianity isn't too bad, Judaism isn't too bad, you know, Islam isn't too bad, the Eastern religions aren't too bad, paganism isn't too bad, but they're just like contributions from so many things, which I think is trying to help us to think more broadly about like what spiritual paths are or could be about. I mean, choosing to place Jesus in a female form, that is like artistically, politically, and religiously rather challenging, if you think about it. Okay, artistically, politically, and religiously challenging, but on the other hand, you know, but basically, why the fuck not? Alright? It brings forth the whole, like, discussion about feminism and the support of women, which in fact goes back to some rather advanced ideas from the time of JC, when he stopped thinking, you know, he wanted women involved in the ministry, when basically, yeah, they didn't do that sort of thing. You know, way back in the day, 2,000 years ago, women were property. Okay, but now, then he started to try and change things in a revolutionary way, and then, hey presto, you know, more conservative thoughts sort of suppressed women, and now they're being lifted back up again, and it's sort of like a whole, you know, weird thingy bob. But we then got this tarot pack which places a very strong emphasis on Jesus as a man and Jesus as a woman as well, which I think is, like, you know, beautiful in its own artistic way, if you know what I mean. There was another one I wanted to show you, if I can just find the fucking thing. I haven't planned this video very well. This is just like me between a few calls. This is actually the second time I've done this video, because I had a call coming in, a client coming in. Oh, well, I'll pretty much stop there for now. Okay? Apart from showing you a pentagram image, because like everyone likes a pentagram image once in a while, just like between all the various different like coiny symbols. But I just wanted to like tell you my thoughts on that symbol and these 2 cards, and why I think it's like really rather interesting. Nick Dutch out for now. Speak to you soon. Keep cool and don't go crazy.